Hey, I know you don't smoke weed. I know this. But I'm gonna get you high today. Cause it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.
Welcome to the Make Movies Great Again podcast, the only show in the universe with the sole mission of destroying cynicism at the box office. Here are your hosts, Matt, Adam, and Sean.
Welcome, everybody, to the Make Movies Great Again podcast. My name is Matt.
I'm Adam.
And Sean is not with us today. He's not.
LA?
It's just gonna be Adam and I. He was taken by Pennywise.
Oh no.
That's what I
we
heard.
gotta go rescue him in the sewers.
Yeah, I'm good. Sean, good luck.
Yeah. He'll be all right. We'll honor his memory.
He'll be fine. Well, again, welcome to the Make Movies Great Again podcast. We are on Twitter at Make Movies Great. We are on iTunes, Make Movies Great Again. We are on Stitcher Radio. We have a voicemail, 401-285-8120. If you want to call in and leave us any voicemails, we'll play them right on the show. It's good stuff. So we do a movie club every week. This week's movie club was Little Evil. Adam was the movie?
Little Evil.
Little Evil. We'll be doing that right after this.
Adam Scott and Evangelina Lilly. Is that how you say it?
That's a nice combo name. Evangeline Lilly, I believe is how you pronounce it. Okay. So Adam Scott, Evangeline Lilly, and actually a bunch of other funny actors, I guess, comedians that were stuffed into that movie too. So we're going to talk about that right after this episode of the regular episode. So it's going to be Movie Club, and then we'll announce what movie we're picking for next week, which right now I don't think we know what movie we're doing. So we'll pick up that on the fly. If you have this episode in your inbox or you're listening to it somehow, the other episode is up. So check that out as well. So that's it. Let's get right into trailers of the week. All right, so we got a few trailers here. Adam, did you see all of them?
I did watch all of them. I liked your. Did you put all of these?
Yes.
I liked your choices.
I kind of
really did.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to go eclectic. Some stuff that we haven't done before. I didn't want to just because Thor has a new trailer, but it's not too much different than what we've seen. And there's a bunch of other movies that have.
Blade Runner had a new one that we were drooling over when we went to go see it.
Oh my god, it looks so good in theaters. It looks so good on the big screen.
So let's talk about this first one, Hostiles.
Yes.
So this movie wasn't even on my radar.
Me neither.
Christian Bale, Rosamund Pike, Jesse Plemons.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the director? He did Crazy Heart. I remember seeing that.
I don't know the director's name. Don't know.
But it looks like it's an old Western. You have written down here, a tale of an army captain hired to escort a Cheyenne chief and his family through dangerous territory. I don't know why, but I am all over Westerns lately. So I'm really interested to see this movie. This movie, I don't know when it's coming out, but it looks like an award-winning type movie, you know? Yeah,
it looks really good. And we were talking about this a little bit last week. When you see certain actors pick different roles, they have a certain amount of credibility to them. Christian Bale is at the top of that credibility list. When he picks a role to play, it's going to be a great role for him.
Yeah, I assume he's trying to win an award for it.
Yeah, exactly. It seems like that type of movie. The director is Scott Cooper, just so you know.
Scott Cooper, okay.
Yeah, Scott.
Christian Bale is rocking that championship mustache in the trailer. Looks like a total badass.
He wears a mustache really well. I don't know what other movies he has a mustache in, but it looks just very natural on him.
I think it's just I can't think of any other movies where he has it. I think he just he just has a mustache. That's his normal facial hair.
It must be. There's a picture of him. He's playing shit. I don't know what role it's for.
Cheney.
What?
Dick Cheney.
Yes.
Dick Cheney.
Yes. It's Dick Cheney. And he has his eyebrows bleached blonde.
Yeah. And he put on a ton of weight.
He looks hilarious. He looks he just looks like a crazy person. Looks like he has no eyebrows.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. So Hostiles, it looks pretty good. Check out the trailer. It looks beautiful. It looks really well done. I love modern day Westerns because
Yeah.
there's just I don't know what it is about like modern cinema cameras, but they capture the landscape of like a Western so well. Yeah.
And after Jen and I had gone on that trip through the Southwest this year, like that is like got me even more interested in seeing this one because the landscapes out there are just beautiful. And as to what you said, like pictures don't do it justice, but when it's on a big time Hollywood camera, it'll do it justice.
Yeah. Yep. It looks great. So check that out. Hostiles. The next one we have here is Jungle, which jumped out at me because I'm a big Daniel Radcliffe guy, big fan of his, and he rocks a wild accent in this one.
He does. I can't even. His name's Yossi, right? Well, like where the hell is he from?
I don't know. Yeah, he's like from. It seems like Eastern Europe, right? Somewhere in that area.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. Anyway, he rocks a wild accent that I've never seen, never heard him do before. This essentially is like the classic, like this group of friends, they're exploring the Bolivian jungle and they think they have a trustworthy tour guide. Are they not friends?
I think Daniel Radcliffe is like off on his own and he bails on, the traditional adult life to explore the world on his own. And I think these are like more travel friends. You know what I mean? Travel companions.
Okay, so anyway, he goes with these travel companions, and they want to explore the Bolivian jungle, and they hire this person to take them out there, and he ends up turning on them or whatever. That's what it seems like from the movie. It seems like a drama, and so then it ends up being like Daniel Radcliffe stuck out in the Bolivian jungle by himself, which doesn't look like a great time. No,
terrifying. I don't know if I'll see this just because of there's probably spiders in it. And I don't like those.
There's probably a few spiders.
And I saw a snake in the trailer, so I know my roommate won't like that.
Jen's not going to like that one. This is directed by Greg McLean. I'm not sure what Greg McLean is known for, but we might know after this movie. It looks pretty cool. The one hypothetical that always floats around that I talk about with different people is, would you rather be dropped in the middle of the ocean and not be able to see land, or would you rather be dropped in the middle of like a dense rainforest jungle?
Rainforest.
Really? Oh no, man!
Yeah.
Drop me in the fucking ocean. There's no way I'm stepping foot in a fucking jungle like that. No fucking way.
In the ocean, you have zero chance of getting out.
Adam, you are going to be attacked by spiders the size of your head in the jungle. Everything in a jungle like that eats you.
But like out in the ocean, you can't. You gotta swim.
Listen,
I'll be tired in 10 minutes.
I like my chances of a boat coming by and getting me in the ocean than someone stumbling upon me in the fucking rainforest. I won't do that. That fucking freaks me out, man. I don't know. The jungle's a fucking scary place.
I'm gonna stick with the jungle.
Okay. All right, we'll have to see this, and then you'll change your tune.
Post Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliffe is like taking some surprising roles like this. I mean, obviously, I don't know him personally, but it's interesting to see him stick around so much. When those kids were doing those movies, I remember seeing them when they first came out, and like these kids, they're going to be pigeonholed as Harry Potter and Ron and Hermione forever. Ron is pigeonholed as Ron, but Daniel Radcliffe is doing his thing, and Emma Watson obviously is doing her thing. Like, they're not pigeonholed as, they're not typecast anymore, so good for them.
Yeah, definitely. You want to know why he picks all these crazy things? Like, he has that Harry Potter fucking money. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
He can do whatever he wants.
So he's only picking roles that moves the needle. Like, he's only picking stuff he wants to do.
Remember he came out in that movie where he was, like, transforming into a demon, and then another movie where he was like an undercover skinhead or something like that.
Yeah,
I wanted the skinhead movie, but I never got around to it.
What the hell?
I think it's on the streaming platform now. I can't remember which one though.
Oh man, what was that movie? It was called Horns or Hoofs or something like that. The demonic one. It was called Horns.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh, yeah, Horns. Yep, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, that was wild. He also did the movie with Paul Dano, Swiss Army Man.
Oh, yep.
Which he was like a corpse, and he just like could transform into different things. It looked wild, and I heard it was really good. Actually, it got a lot of praise from critics, so that's good. Next up on the list is a movie called Mudbound, which I thought was really cool. So this is basically so let me read the synopsis. In Mudbound, we've got a couple of men returning home from World War II to rural Mississippi, where they have a different battle to fight. It's interesting because one guy is white, one guy is black. They both seem to have PTSD after effects. They both have PTSD from the war, but they're also dealing with the fact that this is rural Mississippi. It's not exactly the most welcoming town for a black guy. So this guy is also, not only is he dealing with his PTSD, but he's also dealing with that. So it just looks like a fascinating look at America at this time.
Yeah, I got to imagine that they bond over having to fight together in the war, and they come back and it's still blacks versus, like, there's still a lot of racial tension in Mississippi at this time. Yeah. And they become friends, and there's the strain of being a black man during this time, and then the white man that befriends him, he gets a lot of pushback from, it seems like, his family and friends that don't want him hanging out with someone who's not his kind, which is ridiculous.
I hope they do this. I hope they do this type of story justice, because this seems like a really interesting way to look at this. It just seems like a really interesting way to tell a story like this, because, like you said, they have a bond from being together in war. So, like, skin color is not even close to being the top of their list for, like, what makes them different. You know what I mean? Right. So, and then coming back to a place where that doesn't understand that. So it's going to be real. I hope it's really good, and I hope they really do it justice, because I think there's a good story to be told here.
Yeah, we should stick this on November 17th. We should stick this on our movie club.
Yep, you read my mind. Absolutely.
Definitely. We can't do it this week, obviously, but November. I was thinking September, but we'll keep it on the radar for November.
For sure. And the last one we have on this list is called The Man Who Invented Christmas. I had no idea this movie was coming out. I had no idea this movie existed.
No, it looks like a cool movie. The story of Charles Dickens creating
Christmas Carol.
Yeah, Christmas Carol. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's really. It seems like really fascinating. So I don't know how much of it. I mean, it's based on a somewhat true story, because this person, like, Charles Dickens was a writer. But I don't know how much, like, of the process of where the characters came from and whatnot, because this story is super old. I assume. I don't know for sure, but Charles Dickens is from the 1800s, right?
I have no idea.
Let me look that up, because I'm gonna feel like an idiot if I got that wrong. Yeah,
it looks
1812 to 1870. He lived. Yeah.
Hey, nailed it.
Yeah. How about that?
It does look good. It looks like obviously it's going to be a Christmas movie.
Yep.
But it looks a little different than your typical. Most of the Christmas movies that come out now are, family-based Christmas movies where there's an awkward family that doesn't celebrate the holidays together, and looks like we're celebrating the holidays together. Yeah. And so this is just a little different. So I'm excited about this one. I might check this out.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out as well. I think it's cool. Get a little story behind Christmas Carol. Obviously a fabled Christmas story. All right, let's move on to movie news. So we got a bunch of exciting things from movie news this week. Lots of cool.
It was a good movie news week for personally for us. I feel like a lot of these are in our wheelhouse.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. First up, Drew Goddard is going to direct the X-Force spinoff. This is a Marvel movie. It's going to be, I guess, when they say spinoff, they're spinning off from the Deadpool movie.
Yes. So the spinoff from Deadpool. I'm not really that familiar with the X-Force. They've had a revolving door of members, but I got to imagine this iteration of X-Force will include Deadpool, Domino, Cable, and if we say our prayers every night, maybe we can maybe Hugh Jackman will come back for Wolverine.
Oh, you think so?
Maybe it's possible.
Yeah, it's very possible. I know that X-Force is Logan and Wolverine are a mainstay in X-Force. So
right.
That would be really interesting. It would be great to have him in the movie, but I think that they're probably going to add a few new characters. Maybe bring some old ones in. Who knows? By the time this movie starts, do you know when it's going to start filming?
I have no idea.
Yeah, well, when this movie starts filming, who knows where they'll be at with like negotiations with like Marvel rights and X-Men and stuff. They might get a few might get a few characters to come over from the X-Men. So
that's true.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Pretty excited for this.
I wanted to touch on Drew Goddard is a name that sticks out in this. He was catching fire a few years back when he was slated to run the Sinister Six movie when Andrew Garfield was still Spider-Man.
All right.
But if you go on his IMDb, he's got his fingerprints on some decent productions. So he wrote 9 episodes of Lost. He wrote Cloverfield, wrote and directed Cabin in the Woods, wrote World War Z, wrote The Martian. He's credited as the creator of Daredevil, and he was a writer on The Defenders.
So he has a good resume.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, I'm interested to see his take on the X-Force.
Yeah.
Trying to see what else we got here. Producer on Cloverfield Lane and 10 Cloverfield Lane, sorry. And, the rest of the movies that I mentioned.
Yeah.
It also looks like he is writing the screenplay for something called the Robo-Apocalypse.
Okay.
And it's a novel. I think we might need to put that on our book list.
Yeah, I absolutely think so.
Based on the title of the book alone.
Nice. Absolutely. I like what I hear from what he's done, and I think that it gives me no hesitation to, it wouldn't give me any reason to think that this movie would be anything less than good.
Yeah.
But great. With Deadpool, it's gonna be, depending on how Deadpool turns out, it's gonna be really hard to wreck a movie that Deadpool's in because he's such a fan favorite character right now, and the first movie was so goddamn hot, like in theaters. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be like trying to wreck a movie that Robert Downey Jr. is in as Iron Man.
Right. Exactly. Yes. Exactly. Yeah. Totally. Yep.
So official as of today, Patty Jenkins will be back for Wonder Woman 2.
Fuck yes.
And while most details are being kept close to the vest, Jenkins confirmed that it will take place during the Cold War. Very interesting.
Yeah. So what does this tell us about the movie? For one, this is going to be obviously way before anything that happens with Batman v Superman, Man of Steel, Suicide Squad, Justice League. This is all way before that.
I like that it can exist without, like, it's very easy for it to exist without the other Justice League members.
Yep.
Because that flurry of news we got a few months back about how Batman wouldn't be part of the DCEU, and everybody was freaking out about it, but in reality what it meant was it's going to be a Batman movie. There aren't going to be any gratuitous cameos by Superman and Green Lantern. It will be Batman related characters.
Right.
Wonder Woman, it's built in with her by placing it during the Cold War, which I like.
Yeah, I love this. I think this is great. Who knows? You could have the addition of, like, maybe towards the end of it, something to do with, with the Flash. You can never rule anything out.
That's true.
With the Flash coming back or going back in time and things like that, and with them dealing with different things in, like, the multiverses and things like that, you can never rule anything out. But I love that they're focusing on the Cold War. It's just like how the first one was. It's a very standalone film. It's Wonder Woman. It's Wonder Woman enemies. It's, it's that stuff. So, a big fan of this. But very, very, very excited for it, and I'm very happy that Patty Jenkins is directing it. I don't know, they didn't release how much she's getting paid or anything, and I don't even know if that is in the works or, like, they don't have that paperwork done yet. But she's making a fuck ton of money on this. Let's be real.
Oh yeah, you better believe it.
Yeah.
Is there a tentative release date or a release year?
I would say 20. I'm just throwing out 2019. That seems like what it would do. Maybe like end of 2019, early 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, if you think about it, we're almost into 2018, which is fucking crazy.
I know.
We're into 2018 already. So I would say end of 2019, early 2020. Let me see if anything pops up here. Wonder Woman 2. I wonder if they have. I'm super excited. I don't know much about any Wonder Woman villains. Like, I know a few here and there. Let's see.
All the Wonder Woman
2019
things that I've read. I'm sorry?
2019.
2019?
Yeah.
Everything Wonder Woman that I've read has been like Justice League related or Ares or Cheetah, I think it is.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I think that Cheetah, someone was talking about having Cheetah be in this one. Yeah. So, who knows? And then also you have the thing of like with the gods and whatnot, there could be some god interaction there.
That's true.
Yeah, so that'd be cool. Super excited for Patty Jenkins. Congratulations. Thanks for listening.
Gavin O'Connor is set to direct Suicide Squad 2. Gavin O'Connor is the director of The Accountant with Ben Affleck, which was awesome.
Okay.
Sneaky awesome movie. Warrior, starring Tom Hardy and Joel Edgerton. Have you ever seen that movie?
That movie, I can't say enough good things about that movie.
That movie is so underrated. It's crazy. People that haven't seen that movie, like that movie will blow you away.
Yeah.
It's called Warrior. You get a nice cameo by Kurt Angle, Olympic gold medalist,
Yeah.
WWE Hall of Famer. He's in there.
Yep.
That is a very, very good movie. And also one of my personal favorite movies, Miracle, the story of the 1980 U.S. Olympic hockey team, starring our boy Kurt Russell.
Mm-hmm.
True story. And this is coming around full circle now for me because I've always said about this movie for years. I know when I went to see the movie in theaters, I went with my whole hockey team in high school, and I know the outcome. Like, I know when the goals are going to be scored. I knew it all because, like, you know, that's something as a American hockey player, like now, at any time, you know, my dad burned that game into my head. But I was on the edge of my seat the entire movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I knew exactly what was going to happen.
Yeah.
So I think that bodes well for. I think that bodes well for this director and his style of filming.
I totally agree with you. Miracle is one of the greatest sports movies ever made, and it's one.
Amazing.
Yeah, and it's one of the greatest sports moments for America. Probably the top. I mean, it's top 3.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that's amazing. So those 3 movies right there. I haven't seen The Accountant, but I know you gush about it, and I figure if you like it, then I'd probably enjoy it as well. And it's got Ben Affleck in it, fucking no brainer. Warrior was fucking awesome, and Miracle, obviously, we both can't say enough good things about it. This bodes very well for Suicide Squad 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes me feel a lot more, a lot better about, you know, coming back from getting all those awful reviews that Suicide Squad got.
Yeah. I'm interested in the coming months to see what kind of plot we're going to get, what new characters are going to be in it, what old characters are coming back. Very interested. I'm also interested to see what direction they take it because clearly in Suicide Squad 1, you know, Will Smith is the focal point of that movie. Whether you like it or not, Deadshot is the focal point of that movie.
Right.
So we'll see. Who knows? Maybe it'll change. Maybe they'll just add some new characters in it. You think Jared Leto's coming back for the second one?
Probably a cameo type deal. Well, I mean, at the end of Suicide Squad, he broke Harley out of prison, so.
Right. So So Harley will definitely be in it. We just got to see how the Joker fits into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. What's this next thing? I don't know anything about this.
I saw this hit IMDb today. Joseph Gordon-Levitt has a cameo in Star Wars Episode 9.
Whoa.
That's pretty cool.
Tell me everything.
I remember hearing a while back that it was a rumor that Tom Hardy had a cameo as a stormtrooper. I mean, you could hide anybody in those. They hid James Bond in episode 7. I'm sorry, this is supposed to say Episode 8.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that's like a. So episode 8.
Yeah, episode 8. Sorry about that. But yeah, Daniel Craig. Did you know this? Daniel Craig was the stormtrooper that Rey uses the Force on to get her out.
Yeah, I didn't know
so,
that.
I wonder if it'll be something like that, or something where you see his face, or I don't know. But that's exciting news.
Yeah, that's cool.
JGL.
Yeah.
And then, do you want to do this next one?
Yeah. So it came out this past weekend, and absolutely, I'm trying to look for the right word. Absolutely devoured. You like that? Absolutely devoured the box office, making $123 million so far in its first weekend. It's a fucking lot of money. It's the highest ever opening weekend for a horror movie. It's the highest ever for a September opening. And it's the second highest Stephen King opening. Do you know what the number 1 Stephen King opening is?
Huh. I know it's not the Dark Tower.
No, it's not. It's not the Dark Tower.
Shit.
You're gonna kick yourself. Hold on. It came out a while ago.
Is it The Mist?
No.
Oh, no, it's not The Shining.
No.
Shit. I don't know.
The Green Mile.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So The Green Mile's at number 1, but it seems like it is coming for that ass. It's gonna demolish it. So I was reading. I should have wrote it down. I think it was like 150 for the Green Mile. So 23 more million. I think that it's gonna get it. I think they're still adding up from yesterday. So yeah. I'll see what that is. I mean, I know it's gonna pass it all. It'll pass it all time. No way. Hands tied behind its back. But as far as opening weekend, I don't know if the box office are technically closed yet, but it's close. So it's the second for that, highest for September, highest for a horror movie. Fucking awesome. We went to go see it. I mean, we both agree. How did you like it? How'd you like it?
Oh, I loved it. I'm not a horror movie person. I've got the bug right now.
Yeah.
But I loved it. I loved it so much that I went out and I bought the book.
Dude, that book cover is so dope.
Oh, yeah.
That's sick.
I actually took the sleeve off because I like the inside is, I don't know, I kind of like the plainness, and it's red.
Yeah.
And with gold writing on the spine.
I like
that.
I love when I get a hardcover book like that. I always, when I'm going to read it, I always take the sleeve off. And read it.
I ruin the sleeve. Yeah. I ruin the book when I read it.
Yeah, exactly.
You should see my copy of Dune. It looks like somebody threw it in the mud.
But I want to let everybody know right now, we're going to talk about it from now until close to the end of the podcast. We're not going to spoil anything, but we are going to be talking about it. And there's going to be a few things about the second one that's coming out that's already been announced, that if you don't want to hear about it, just, tune out now. But we're not going to spoil anything from this movie. So
right.
Plus, this movie...
What? Go ahead.
I was going to say, plus this movie already happened in 1990, so there's nothing we could really spoil that would completely ruin your experience. So, But we're not going to. We're not going to spoil. We're just going to talk about it for a little bit. All right?
I wanted to mention another stat from the opening of It this weekend. So 120 set the new record for the highest opening for a horror movie at 123 mil. Previously, that was the highest opening for a horror movie was Paranormal Activity 3 at 52 million.
I can't believe that. I just missed that. I'm sorry.
Absolutely shattered the previous record.
Yeah,
that's insane.
That's nuts. That is crazy. Wow. I would have never thought that.
No, me neither.
I would have thought that one of the Saw movies had a better opening. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
The thing is, though, I think the first Saw movie was kind of an anomaly, and I think it was one of those things. The people who went to go see it really liked it, but I don't think it did really well. And then I think when the sequel came out, it did. Nobody likes to see sequels. So it's tough. But yeah, that's nuts. And for a $35 million budget, we both agreed that movie looks like it had at least $100 million budget. $35 million. Yeah. That seems like a lot to someone who. If I said $35 million, that's a fucking lot of money. But to make a movie in 2017 in Hollywood and make it look good, especially with some of the effects they used, that's not a lot of money. That's
hundreds of millions of dollars to do it.
Not a lot of money. Okay. I was reading some articles today because I was eating it up all over the place because I fucking love the movie as well. So I've just been reading up on it. there's a couple little Easter eggs. I picked 3 that aren't big spoilers. I'm just going to throw it out there, and I'll just read them really quick. I think you'll find these interesting. So, in Stephen King novels, apparently, there's this all-seeing, all-wise turtle. Do you know anything about this person? This thing?
No idea.
Okay, so essentially picture like the Marvels, the Watchers, but it's a space turtle.
Huh.
It's a very large space turtle. It's called Mawturin. And if you notice in the movie, there's a few times when a turtle is mentioned or shown. There's one scene, it's in the trailer, when Bill is holding Georgie's Lego turtle and drops on the ground. And then again when they're jumping off the rocks, also in the trailer, into the water, and someone says, a turtle swam by me. You know, it must have been a turtle. And so they think that is the paying homage to the all-seeing turtle, which you will find out is in the Stephen King books. He's in a bunch of different books. He's part of like the protector of the tower in Dark Tower. He protects the tower. Yeah. So there's like there was a few other Easter eggs that go down into that rabbit hole and hold the whole Stephen King like multiverse and everything, and his whole universe, and they all link. But that was one of the more interesting ones, which I thought was kind of cool.
I saw something too that Birth Movies Dev posted it the other day. It was and this that happens at the beginning of the movie. I really don't think it's a spoiler, so I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
There's a scene, I noticed it, but I didn't think anything of it because I had no idea what this movie was about going into it. I just thought it was a clown terrorizing a town with with supernatural abilities. The scene where Ben is in the library and the librarian comes and gives him his books and his articles and whatever he's looking for, right?
Yeah.
He's flipping through it, and it's like there's a shot of him and then a shot of what he's looking at, a shot of him and a shot of what he's looking at. And I noticed this during the movie. The librarian walks to the back, and she's out of focus. And she stands there perfectly still that entire scene staring at Ben.
Really?
You can't see her face, but staring at Ben. And then when Ben finally gets up and walks and follows the balloon down into the basement, the shot that's following him shows the librarian on the other side of the library.
Really?
Yeah, I noticed. I just didn't think anything of it.
See, I'm going to have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, but I guess that was the librarian didn't hand him the books. It was Pennywise that handed him the books.
Shit. That's fucking awesome. I love that. I love shit like that. That's fucking awesome.
That made me want to see it again and like see other things. Like, you know, maybe there's other ones in there in the movie that do that.
One other thing that I read, Pennywise from the 1990 movie starring Tim Curry. Tim Curry was Pennywise in that one. His makeup and getup is very different from what Bill Skarsgård wears in this one. You can actually, at one part of the movie, you know what part, like if you look at the document, we know what part this is. So we won't say it now, like we both know. But if anybody's going to see it, there's a part in the movie where you might, see a bunch of clowns together. There is, if you look closely, you'll see Tim Curry's version of it in the crowd.
Oh, that's in the trailer.
Is it? Oh, so it's the clown room.
With all the clowns in the room.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so there's a room with all the clowns, and one of the clowns, if you look closely, is the exact replica of what it is from the 1990 movie.
That's awesome.
Yeah, which I didn't see. I didn't see in the movie either. And I was actually thought when I first saw the room with all the clowns, I'm like, it would be cool if they paid homage to the, to Tim Curry's. And I looked and I didn't see it. So, but it's there. I saw it online. I saw a little clip of it. And then the last one of the main characters, Eddie, is wearing a Christine shirt. Stephen King's other novel about the killer car.
No, I don't know that one. I'm not familiar.
So it's actually a pretty cool story. And my brother, I believe, read it. I think that's who's told me read it. Anyway, but it's not an actual shirt that says Christine, but it's a car, and it has like teeth, and it says like evil car underneath it. And so it's just like meant to be like a little like, shout out to Christine, another one of Stephen King's books. So that's cool. And there was a bunch of other Easter eggs. Nerdist did a little video on YouTube. So if you search Nerdist on YouTube and look at the Easter eggs from there's a bunch there as well. So you can read and actually see the visuals, see it there. And anyway, so Chapter 2 is coming to 2019. Get the freeze chamber. Get the goddamn freeze chamber.
I need the freeze chamber.
I need to see it now. It was so good. We can't stress enough how awesome it was and how well done it was.
Listen to our spoiler cast, and you'll hear all three of us gush over it. And this was, since we started doing this podcast, this was the first movie that Matt, Sean, and I saw together, and we're one for one. That was a
definitely.
We saw a 10 on our first time out.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to make sure that we can either set the bar close to as this one as possible, but we won't exceed. It's gonna be tough to exceed this movie. Really good. We all loved it. Speaking of, let's talk a little bit more about it. Let's get into the next segment. Our hypothetical of the week has to do with it. Again, this is no spoilers. This is just about the characters. We're just talking about the characters here. We want to recast them for Chapter 2 because in Chapter 2 they are going to be adults. So we're taking all the kids.
The group of 7 kids will be adults.
Yes, so we need to cast them adult actors to play them in the second movie. So how do you want to do this, Adam? You want to go character by character and we'll both say who we have and then we'll talk about it?
That works for me. I want to, that works for me. I'm bringing up the cast page now. We'll go, do you want to do we'll go from least important member of the Losers Club to Bill?
Yeah, that's fine. Do you want to start? Unfortunately, it's probably either Mike or Ben.
I was actually going to say Stan.
Oh yeah, I guess Stan too. Okay, I have a perfect one for Stan. Who do you have?
I went the route of maybe Stan grows up and becomes a little bit of a badass.
Okay.
And this you'll see a pattern in my choices.
Okay.
So for Stan, I picked Charlie Hunnam.
Okay. All right, that's not bad. I picked John Heder from Napoleon Dynamite.
Whoa!
Right,
Matt,
same hair. Same exact hair.
You nailed it.
Yeah, I need that exact haircut from Napoleon Dynamite. It's the same haircut he has in this movie.
Yeah. All right, you nailed it.
John Heder.
My choice sucks.
No, Charlie Hunnam's not bad either. That's not a bad one. He'll be a total fucking badass. But he's gonna make a complete 180 from when he was a kid to when he's an adult. Yeah. All right, who do you want to do next?
Let's do Mike.
Okay, Mike. All right. I picked Sterling K. Brown. I don't know if you know him.
Sterling K. Brown.
He's in a few things, but the one thing that I know him from is from This Is Us, the TV show.
Oh, yeah, I know who it is. I know who you're talking about.
So he just kind of popped in my head. I think that there's a bunch of low-hanging fruit as far as black actors in Hollywood that I could have picked as well. But I went with Sterling K. Brown because I really like his acting ability, and I think that he matches up well with, as far as he is in This Is Us, he matches up with Mike's demeanor. So I think that might be good.
Okay, nice. I like it.
Who'd you pick?
I picked, again, you'll see a theme here. I picked Idris Elba.
Okay, I had Idris Elba on my short list. Okay,
but I also think Chadwick Boseman would be a good choice too.
Yeah, and I actually believe I originally had Chadwick Boseman down, and then I was like, oh shit, because I remembered that the kids actually went out and picked who they would want to play themselves, and I wanted them to try and avoid a lot of them. A lot of them I don't think we'll double up on, but one of them was Chadwick. Mike wanted Chadwick Boseman to play himself. To play Mike. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's a good pick. I think he's the one to pick. The only reason why I didn't pick him is because Mike, the character Mike, I don't know his real name, picked him as well.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see that.
So, you want to do Ben now?
Ben, yes. I have a feeling we have the same pick. We have the same choice.
Really? You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just telling you right now, I have 2 down, and I'll explain why I have 2 down. My first choice is Josh Gad.
Ooh, okay, nice. I like it.
And my second choice was Seth Rogen.
Oh, Seth Rogen. Yeah, that's interesting.
Who's your pick?
Neither of those. I put Jack Black.
Oh, fuck, that's a good one. I think maybe I didn't even think of Jack Black. God damn it, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
I was toying with the idea, maybe Ben grows up and slims down a little bit, but I wanted to try to, because obviously my first 2 were a little different than what the kids looked like.
Yeah.
So I wanted to try to stick with, a sort of heavy set guy that with curly hair.
Yeah.
I feel like Jack Black could play that part.
I thought the same exact thing. So I was like, okay, maybe he'll grow up and like slim out a little bit. So I did if he was still kind of chubby and if he was a little bit slimmed down, I did Josh Gad as the, a little bit more chubby and Seth Rogen as a little bit slimmed down, you know what I mean? Because I figured that, Seth Rogen is not exactly slim for the most part. He's got a little meat on the bones there, but I knew he wasn't going to grow up and be like Adam Driver. So I was,
right.
So I had to pick someone a little more realistic. So I think that, either Josh Gad or I would say Josh Gad more than Seth Rogen. Although Josh Gad would have to straighten out his hair because he's got that curly hair too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
What do you say we do Eddie?
Okay. I think I have a dark horse here. Go. You go first.
I have Joseph Gordon-Levitt for Eddie.
Ooh, good one. And actually, that's weird. So, I think that Richie, the real character, picked Joseph Gordon-Levitt to play him in the movie, not Eddie's character. Yeah, I think Eddie picked. I'd have to go back and look at it. But anyway, he picked someone else. But I think it was Richie. But that's a good one. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is a great character. I think he's like just at the right age where he could fit in as being 27 years later from where they are.
Yeah, I'm all over the place with my ages.
That's mine too. I try to keep mine in. There's one that's going to be a real outlier that you'll see in a little bit. But this is like best case scenario. If they all happen to work out, we're just this is all hypothetical. That's why this segment's called hypothetical of the week. So my pick for Eddie,
Hollywood stuff, they could do it.
Yeah, exactly. If they can make Kurt Russell look that young in Guardians 2, I'm all aboard.
Yeah.
My pick for Eddie is Taron Egerton.
Oh, nice. I like him.
Yeah, from Kingsman fame. I love him as an actor. I thought he was great in the first Kingsman. I can't wait for the second one. I think that he's the right height because he's the shorter one in the group.
Yep.
And he has the same color hair. That's kind of how I had to pick these guys. It's like height and hair color.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you want to do Stan? No, yeah, we already did Stan.
Let's do Richie.
Okay, Richie.
So I went a little younger with Richie.
Okay.
I went Ezra Miller.
Oh, that's a great pick. That is a great pick.
Yeah, I think, especially because I'm not super familiar with everything he's in.
Yeah.
But just his fast talking, character in The Flash looks like it could translate well to Richie.
Yeah, I think that also he was in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yep.
And I think that his character, he's a little more quiet in that movie, but I also think that he, like in some parts, I could see him as Richie as well. So,
nice. Who'd you pick?
My pick was Paul Dano for Richie.
Oh, love Paul Dano.
Paul
Dano can play anybody.
Yeah, picture Paul Dano from The Girl Next Door. Right?
Yeah.
That's who I think Richie would be. So he, like with his friends, he's like outspoken, but then in front of other people, he's kind of quiet and reserved.
Yeah.
So I like that. I like Paul Dano for Richie.
That's a good pick.
Yeah.
Do you want to do Bev or Bill next?
So I want to throw in, before we get to Bev and Bill, because they're kind of like the two top of the heap. Yep. Did you pick one for Henry?
No, I didn't. I just assumed Henry died. Sorry.
Right. So assuming that Henry didn't die, because I can't get this out of my head how much he looks like this actor.
Okay.
I have to say it. Kevin Bacon.
Oh my God, he looks just like him.
Right? He has the same like facial structure. So if somehow Henry drags himself out of that well and avoids the murder rap, I won't get into that. No spoilers. And actually, no spoiler. Fuck. We're sorry if we just spoiled that he dies, but who cares? Henry would be Kevin Bacon for sure, 100%.
Absolutely, and I think that age might translate well too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Kevin Bacon's a little older, but Kevin Bacon looks young, so I think it would work.
He does.
Yeah,
he does.
All right, so Bev. Let's do Bev.
Okay. I wanted to pick Jessica Chastain, but I figured that one was super obvious.
Yeah.
But I picked Bryce Dallas Howard instead.
Perfect. That was my pick as well.
Nice.
Yep.
We nailed it.
Yep.
She's awesome.
Yeah, she's great. Yeah.
Hopefully she won't be running around the sewers in heels like she was running away from dinosaurs.
Yeah. Hopefully the costume, the production designer says, no heels for this one. Jessica Chastain is the easy one, and it's also the one that Beverly's, her name's Sophia Lillis. She's the one who picked Jessica Chastain to play her.
Okay. Yeah, I mean Yeah. If there's a redhead to be played in a movie, you want Jessica Chastain.
Yeah, exactly. So that was an easy one. All right, now Bill. Who did you pick for Bill?
So I'm not sure it's a good choice, but it's a choice that I would like.
Yeah.
I picked Michael Fassbender.
Okay. I had a feeling Michael Fassbender was going to be somewhere on this list.
Who did you pick?
Colin Hanks.
Oh, Colin Hanks. So like opposite ends of the spectrum as far as street cred.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, just a little bit. But he looks just like Colin Hanks, doesn't he?
He does.
He looks just like Colin Hanks. So I don't know what Colin Hanks looks like these days. He hasn't been in much. But
last thing I saw him in was season 2 of Fargo?
Oh, right. That's right. Yeah,
no, season 1.
Yeah, he could probably do it. It was season 1. I think he could probably do it. I just picture him every time I think of Colin Hanks. I think of Orange County.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So
hey, get him and Jack Black back together.
Hey, that's right. Who'd you have for Jack Black? Ben.
Ben.
Yeah. See it.
Why not?
Yeah. So that was it. That's our picks for It Chapter 2. I'm sorry we kind of buried the lead, but essentially the first 1990s It. This is going to be spoilers, but if you haven't seen it by now, whatever. It's a very long movie. It's almost 3 hours, and it's split into 2 parts. It's when the kids are young, the Losers Club gets together and they fight It. And then It goes away, and they come back 27 years later as adults, and they fight It again. So they're splitting this newer movie. The first It, this one we just saw, is just when they were kids, and part 2 is going to be, I'm assuming there's going to be some back and forth at the beginning and throughout the movie, you know?
Yeah.
I think because they want to probably put these great kid actors back in this movie again. And then they'll probably cast the adults. Who knows if it'll be someone on our list, but if it is, you fucking heard it here first. You fucking heard it here first. God damn it.
Bryce Dallas Howard nailed it.
Kevin Bacon crawls out of the sewers. You heard it here first.
There it is.
All right. So what are we watching, Adam?
So obviously we both watched It this weekend, and I started The Sinner on USA. Watched the first 2 episodes last night.
Cool.
Really interested to see where it goes. I wanted to see this when it first started. Never got around to it. So it's going to be an 8-part series or 8 episodes. Episode 7 airs this week and 8 next week. So I'm hoping to watch episode 8 live.
Nice. I heard it's really good. Ryan likes it a lot.
Yeah, I like I like what I see in the first 2 episodes. I'm really to see how this, how it unravels.
Awesome.
What are you watching?
So I'm rewatching Rick and Morty.
Nice.
Because I just think the show's I think it's so smart and funny. I just like to watch it. I think the animation is great too. And I'm rewatching it to see if I missed anything, because some of the episodes the first time around I was kind of just had them on in the background. Yeah. So I'm rewatching that, but that's just like a casual thing. I'm also still watching Ozark. I have 2 episodes left, 9 and 10. There's 10 episodes. I'm on episode 9, starting it. So I really like this show. I'm fucking all about it. I think I told you guys a couple weeks ago when I was watching it, I compare it to, it's like Breaking Bad. If you liked Breaking Bad, you're going to like this show.
Okay. I've been meaning to watch that one. I just, last night, Jen and I were deciding what to watch, and we were between Ozark, The Sinner, and Westworld. And, I'm dying to watch Westworld again, but I'm going to watch until season 2 is coming close. And then, I want to see The Sinner because it's on TV right now,
Nice. Yeah, I haven't seen Westworld for a first time, so I need to see that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Make sure that's not a show where you can be farting around at during, like,
I gotta
put
be
your phone
locked
down.
in. I gotta be locked in.
Yeah, you gotta pay attention.
Okay. Well, I think that's it for the podcast today. You got anything else you want to add?
No. Thanks for tuning in, and hope you listen to our spoiler cast. Hopefully we can get some more of them down, but time to crack into our homework. Little Evil, join our movie club, and it's a lot better than a book club because you don't have to read anything.
Amen. Amen to that. Even though we like reading books a little bit, we're kind of book guys. Yeah. So check it out.
I'm definitely a book guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're definitely a book guy. I like the ones with pictures. Check us out if you want to join our movie club. It's bit.ly/join movie club. You can also just go to averagenobodies.com, and there's a link at the top of the page to join movie club, and you just click on it, and then you can click on the photo or the link, and you'll join up on movie club. All we need is your first name. You can put just your short first name, no last name, and your email. That's it. And we'll send you the weekly newsletter that includes what our next movie club pick is going to be, because we don't say it on this podcast. We'll say it on the other one, but we don't say it on this podcast. So join the movie club and we'll do it there. That's it for the Make Movies Great Again. Make
Podcast.
Movies Great Again. Yeah, thank you, Adam. Podcast. Jesus, I almost said movie club. For this week, my name is Matt.
I'm Adam.
And remember. Do it.
And remember, if you come with me, you'll float too.
You'll float too.
You'll float too.